Hey everybody, this is Organic Dairyman, and I just wanted to include one thing in this video before I get started here with part 2. There's some things that I forgot to put in, or I forgot to mention about the organic certification agencies, because obviously when you do go organic, or if you have any questions like when you're transitioning, you're probably going to want to know some of the names of some of the organic certification agencies. The one that we go with is called MOSA, capital M-O-S-A. That's how it's spelled. We've been with them for like, I think 4 or 5 years, and they've been a pretty good one. There's like another company, it's called Oregon Tills. There's like another one called Quality Assurance International. Excuse me. There's a bunch of other ones too. There's like another one called Nature's International. So there's other ones, and if you go, as soon as this opens up here, if you go to the let's see, I'm trying to get this so you guys can see this. So you go to the USDA Organic website, you click on the link down in the description, and then you go on here and you scroll down and you go to certify organic, and then it'll give you up here certified agent. This, you click on this, it should give you some accredited certification agencies. Oh yeah, there's a locator right here. So organic certify locator. So you click on that, and that will, I don't know what happens. Let me see what happens. Come on, load. Well, it's loading kind of slow here tonight. There. So I don't know what that shows there. I'm trying to look at it. Yep. See, as you can see, it gives you a list of some of them. So anyways, and there's a whole bunch of other resources on there too, so be sure, if you're watching this on a mobile device or a computer or a tablet, be sure after the video to please go down there and click on the link to the USDA Organic link, and there's a lot of reading material on there too, so yeah, do that. But I just wanted to say that here before I start the rest of the video, so here is the rest of the video. Okay, I'm back again. Anyway, if you see like this, it will say OMRI listed. If you see that, you pretty much know that it's approved for organic use. And I wish I had some more seed tags in here. I don't have any in here. Yeah. So if you see that, you know it's good to go. And yeah, so you know it's approved. But like I say, if you're in doubt, contact an organic certification agency, or go to the USDA Organic site and look that up. But for the most part, most biological seed treatments are approved for organic. And like one of them that we get, because we do buy some non-GMO stuff, like non-GMO alfalfa seed, non-GMO corn, non-GMO beans. And sometimes like the alfalfa seed is coated with something called nitro gold. That's approved, so you can put that on. But like I say, you got to make sure you specify when you get your seed that it does not have any fungicide or insecticidal treatments on it. It can't have any of that on there, so you have to make sure. Let's see. What else here? Yeah, and the other thing too is, you don't, can't think now, what was I going to say? Yeah, so you got to make sure about that. No treated, got to be untreated seed. You can get, Pioneer, we do get some seed corn from Pioneer. There's other seed companies out there too that sell non-GMO seed, because really when you're converting your farm or transitioning your farm to organic, you don't have to buy organic seed if you don't want to. Why spend the extra money for organic seed when you're not going to be able to sell those crops organic yet? Because that's the thing, the first 2 years that are trying to trick you, because you have to farm, you have to graze those crops organically, like an organic. You have to farm it, the farm practices have to be organic, but when you sell it, you have to sell it conventionally, at a conventional price. So don't spend that extra money on organic seed, don't do that. Just buy conventional non-GMO seed. Like I say, you can get some through Pioneer. They have varieties. Maybe you don't like Pioneer. There's other seed companies out there that you can get through. There's like, if you're, maybe you're into dairy, you're looking for some forages, like there's Master's Choice. We've gotten some stuff from them. They sell conventional seed. Oh boy. I know that there's other ones out there. If there's any other anybody else that's watching and has an idea of non-GMO seed, put it down, throw it down in the comment section. I'm trying to think of all the other ones, but there's more than just Pioneer. I know that. I don't know if like Golden Harvest or anything like those, like those companies are owned by Syngenta. Pretty much any company that was owned by Monsanto, if you're going to get non-GMO seed from them, they're going to have a very limited amount of it, and it's going to be the crappiest variety that you can find, because they obviously didn't want. They're pushing for GMOs, for Roundup Ready stuff and whatever like that. They're triple stack traits or their BT traits and things like that. So they're going to sell you the crappiest variety corn that they have. So I wouldn't go with any company that was owned by Monsanto, like Decal, REA seeds, Channel seeds, anything like that. They're not going to have. But I would check for sure with Pioneer, check with Syngenta, I don't know all the seed companies. Golden Harvest, I know, is owned by Syngenta. Northrop King, they're owned by Syngenta. You could check them. I don't know. I can't think of any other companies. I know, obviously, like the organic seed companies are like Blue River, and I don't think that they have any conventional seed that they sell. Pretty much all organic. They might. You could check. You can look them online. Go to blueriver.com. Check them out, or just Google Blue River seed. Like I said, there's Master's Choice. There's another one. Gosh dang it! Where are my brain? I'm having all these brain farts. Fisher King. Yep. Byron Seeds. Anybody that's familiar with Byron Seeds, they launched another. I should have been more prepared. I have some pamphlets up in my house for, but Fisher King is another seed company that they kind of just started up. I know that Byron Seeds out of Indiana, they kind of working with this Fisher King line of seed corn, and I think they have some conventional varieties in there. I'm not for sure, but they do. But I know, like I said, I'm just trying to steer you to get, for the first 2 years. You're kind of limited as far as what you're going to do. But for organic, even when you're organic, you can still do, you can still plant non-GMO seed corn. We do. But the one thing that you have to do, because your certifier will pick about this, depends on who you go with for a certification agency. That's your choice. That's your call. But they're going to pick about wait, I'm having all these brain farts. Come on, think. They're gonna pick about like your what was that even? Can't even think what I was gonna say. It just ran out of my mind. There's something that they're gonna pick about. Oh yeah, you have to do a seed search. And if you go a seed search, you go through, look all the organic companies. You go through Blue River, Master's Choice, Gosh, there's another one out. There's other ones out there too. Oh, that Fisher King. There's another one that we tried once. I can't think of all the organic seed companies right off the top of my head. There's one that we tried a couple bags of back in 2017. Gosh dang it, I can't think of the name. It's based out of Wisconsin. But there's a lot of different organic seed companies, smaller companies out there. I'm not naming all. If there's any other organic farmers out there that you could think of more of them that I haven't mentioned, please write them down in the comment section below, because I'm having a brain fart here or something right now. I can't think of all of them. God, why can't I think of that company? It's another one that we tried some. But anyways, you got to do a seed search first. If you cannot find the particular variety of seed that you want, like a maturity day or whatever, and it's not one that you like, then you can do the conventional non-GMO seed. You just have to make sure that it's okay with your certifier. Run it by them, and yeah, go from there. But yeah, you can do that. In the same way with soybeans, you can do that too. You don't have to buy organic varieties. We haven't. We buy the Pioneer, and the biggest one we bought was the Pioneer 91M10. We tried another variety. I can't think of the number of that one, but it's we did aphid. So, anyways, I think I covered the seed and everything like that. You're probably also going to be wondering about like as far as how are you going to control the weeds. How am I going to fertilize? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do it if I can't use commercial? How do I do it? Yeah, boy, there's a lot of information to spew. I'm not trying to overwhelm you guys. There's a lot of things to cover. Okay, as far as the first thing you're going to want to do, because you want to fertilize, right? So, there's different companies that you can go with as far as fertilizing. And I'm going to emphasize too, you're probably going to wonder, where am I going to get nitrogen? Well, two places that you're going to get nitrogen from is legume crops, like obviously soybeans, alfalfa, clover. There's another one out there too. I'm not thinking of it. But yeah, the biggest ones are like soybeans, alfalfa, and clover. There's another plant out there I'm thinking of. I can't think of right offhand, but I know there's another one. And you're going to be getting it from either manure or you're going to get it from compost. So you can there's places that you could get pelleted chicken manure or turkey manure, or you can just get raw turkey manure, or you can get spread that on your own, or you can, if you have your own dairy farm, you're using your own cow manure from that for nitrogen. But I'm going to tell you, this is what we do on our farm, because we're a dairy farm. So basically what we do on our farm is when it comes time, when we got to plant corn, we always plant corn following alfalfa. So basically what we do is, let's say, we have your field planted into alfalfa for 3 years. So at the end of those 3 years, the fourth year, going on to the fourth year, what we do is we go out and we spread that field down with manure. We cover it with manure. And then we let the alfalfa grow up to about 1.5 to 2 feet tall in the spring. Then we go out there and we just plow it under, because that's obviously the best way to kill off alfalfa is to plow it under. So we take that alfalfa while it's growing till the time we plow it, it's putting nitrogen into the ground. And then when you plow it and turn it over, you're taking all the nitrogen that's in the plant and you're putting it in the ground. And then of course you're plowing in all that manure. That's your nitrogen right there. So that's what we do to get our nitrogen. Probably I would say about 90% of the nitrogen that we use for our corn is grown nitrogen. It's grown. Sometimes we do supplement it. We get composted manure from another organic farmer to supplement that. Not always, but so you can get nitrogen. You just have to get it in a different way. It's not going to be synthetic. There is one thing that you can get. It's called Chilean nitrates. It comes from Chile. It's a rock that naturally contains nitrogen in it. And you can get it. At least as far as I know, you still can get it. But if you're going to get it, it's not so bad if you're transitioning your ground. Well, it probably, yeah, not so bad. Well, you might want to find out for sure, but like your certifier will pick about it, and you got to get it in writing. You got to get it in writing, and you got to have proof that they gave you the okay, because when they come to inspect you, they might question it. So, probably if you're transitioning your ground, you'll probably be okay. But the best thing to do is just try to get your own nitrogen. You can get nitrogen from, even manure from another farm. You got another conventional farm nearby. You can use conventional manure from a conventional dairy farm or a conventional hog operation. As far as I know, you can do that. I know of one organic operation. They do grain farming, but they also have on the sideline, they have a conventional hog operation. So they take their manure, their hog manure from the conventional hog farm that they have, and they put that on their organic ground for nitrogen and for phos when they're planting corn. That's what they do. They knife it in or whatever. So, yes, people could say, well, that's hypocritical or whatever, but I guess when you're looking for a source of nitrogen, that's what you have to do, or the organic rules allow for it. So, you can't be perfect, that's the thing. That's your limiting factor in organic is nitrogen. It's nitrogen. That's the limiting factor. You can get 200 bushel corn. We've done it before. You can do it. So, but you just got to have the nitrogen there, and it's a little harder to get, but you can do it. Yeah, you can use manure from a conventional farming operation, livestock operation. You can do it, because as long as you get your nitrogen from a natural source, it's fine. Maybe it's the nitrogen that you're getting is like secondhand synthetic nitrogen, but the ground doesn't, the plants don't know any different, So, like people could say, yeah, it is hypocritical, but the organic rules allow for it, so don't question it. Just do it. We don't get any manure from a conventional farming operation. The only thing that we do is like some of the compost that we get. Some of the composted manure or manure that was composted did come from a conventional operation. So yes, it is, but we don't put on compost on everything. We only do it on a select few fields that we have, and we don't do it every year. But so you like I said, you can't be perfect. Conventional farming isn't perfect either, so just remember that. It's not going to be perfect. But your main fertilizers, you're gonna have to get some fertilizer too. Like for your trace elements, you're gonna have to get phos. You're gonna get potassium. You're gonna want to get zinc, copper. Copper is easy to get. You can get that copper sulfate. You can get that from people that do foot baths. Put copper sulfate in foot baths for hairy warts, things like that. But you got to make sure it's the right kind. You got to okay it with your certifier. There's different kinds. We've gotten copper sulfate from our local dairy supply truck. And we blend that in with the fertilizer sometimes. You can do that, but there's different places where you can get, because all the fertilizer that you get are in organic, and even when you're transitioning your land to organic, you're going to have to get natural fertilizer, because you gotta that prohibitive substance thing. It's going to be mined fertilizer, so it's going to be raw. It's not going to be water-soluble fertilizer. The stuff that you get from your elevator or wherever you get it, that commercial stuff, it's very water-soluble. It's like sodium-based, so that it breaks down very quickly. But it can wash away in a rainstorm very quickly. The plants take it up quickly. The thing with organic, what we focus on is we focus on feeding the soil and letting the soil feed the plant. And that's the other thing too. There's so much information here to tell you guys. The other thing too is you're going to notice when you go organic too is the biology in your soil. You're going to be building up the biology in your soil. You have to, and I would recommend this if anybody hasn't done this, go on to Amazon, order this book. There's two versions of it. It's called Hands-On Agronomy. The first book is just written by a guy called Neil Kinsey. It's called, Hands-On Agronomy. They did another one. It's called Hands-On Agronomy. It's co-authored by another guy. The second one it's Charles Benbrook is his name. So you could read both. There's another book called The Biological Farmer by Neil Kinsey. That'd be another one to get to read up on. If it's the winter time, you got time, order those books, read them. It's good reading material. You'll learn a lot from those two books. But in that book, Neil Kinsey says in order, to have the good environment for bacteria, or the microbes to live in your soil, because you have to build the house for the biology to live in, and that's what you're going to be focusing on when you're organic. You're going to be looking at your soil differently, because most farmers forget that your soil is a living, breathing organism. Yes, it is a living, breathing organism. You have to take care of the microbes in the soil. You have to feed them. You have to have food for them. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and please like, rate, comment, and subscribe for more, and stay tuned for part 3.